As of August 21, 2024, the situation of the armed forces of Ukraine continues to deteriorate rapidly, not only in the Donbass, but also in the Kursk region. So, a few minutes ago, many reputable war correspondents officially reported that over the past day, the Russian armed forces had established control over 3 strategically important settlements in the Pokrovsk direction of the front. In particular, it is reported that under the onslaught of Russian troops, the armed forces of Ukraine were forced to flee from such settlements as Krasny Yar, Mezhevoye, and Kamyshevka. Over the past day, the total advance of the Russian army in this direction of the front was 20 kilometers. According to war correspondents, Russian troops have already come close to the outskirts of one of the most important cities in Donbass, Pokrovsk. It is reported that as of August 21, 2024, the Russian army is located only 10 kilometers from the eastern outskirts of this strategically important city, the capture of which will lead to the final defeat of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donbass. Meanwhile, Zelensky's Kursk adventure is rapidly turning into the most terrible meat grinder for the Ukrainian army, where units of the armed forces of Ukraine lose several hundred soldiers and dozens of heavy equipment every day. The huge number of corpses of Ukrainian soldiers and foreign mercenaries in the Kursk forests scares even the toughest and most battle-hardened Ukrainian nationalists. Against this backdrop, insiders in Kiev claim that the discontent of the Ukrainian political elites about the offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region is growing rapidly. In particular, many influential Ukrainian politicians began to accuse Zelensky of the fact that the Ukrainian armed forces are losing hundreds of their best and most motivated soldiers in the Kursk region every day. Even the mayor of Lviv, Andriy Sadovy, said that the armed forces of Ukraine are paying the heaviest price in the Kursk region. He made this statement against the background of the central cemetery, where there are no more places for burials of Ukrainian soldiers, whose corpses continue to arrive in Lviv again and again. According to the Russian military, in the Kursk region, the armed forces of Ukraine are losing a huge number of their best and most motivated soldiers, whose age does not exceed 30-35 years. War correspondents also confirmed the words of the Russian military. According to them, in the Kursk region, there are professional soldiers in the armed forces of Ukraine no older than 35 years, in very good physical shape. Now it becomes clear why many in Kiev are dissatisfied with Zelensky's adventure in the Kursk region. The fact is that Russian troops not only stopped the offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region, but also continued to destroy thousands of the best, combat-ready, and most motivated Ukrainian soldiers, armed with the best Western military equipment. The influential British newspaper The Guardian also recognized the heavy losses of the armed forces of Ukraine in manpower. According to experts of this newspaper, after 10 days of the offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region, the Ukrainian army began to experience an acute shortage of personnel. British experts admitted that the losses of the Ukrainian army in manpower far exceeded the estimated figures of the Ukrainian High Military Command. In addition, the armed forces of Ukraine also failed to align the flanks in the south and north of the Korenivo direction, and the west and east of the village of Kamyshevka. All this has led to the fact that the front for the Ukrainian army has significantly stretched. And this factor is very unprofitable for the Ukrainian army, especially against the backdrop of an acute shortage of manpower. As a result, the Ukrainian armed forces are now trying to destroy all bridges in the Kursk region, in order to gain time and hold territories in this region for as long as possible. However, despite this, the armed forces of Ukraine continue to lose captured settlements. So, it became known that on August 20, 2024, the fighters of the grouping of troops under the designation Sever, together with the Marines of the 810th Brigade of the Black Sea Fleet, knocked out units of the armed forces of Ukraine from the settlement of Safonovka.
Against this backdrop, the commander of Spetsnaz Akhmat, General Avdiy Aladanov, made another loud statement.
In particular, during an interview with Chinese journalists, he officially stated that the fighting in the Kursk region would end within 60-90 days, with the complete victory of the Russian army. Moreover, he also noted that within 60-90 days, a special military operation is also likely to end with the unconditional surrender of the Kiev regime. I think that in the next 60-90 days, Russian troops will be victorious in the Kursk region and the entire special military operation zone, General Avdiy Aladanov said. Let me remind you that this is not the first time that General Avdiy Aladanov has announced that a special military operation will end this year with a complete victory for Russia. In early July, he officially stated that all the things going on the battlefield indicated that the armed forces of Ukraine had already lost the war. Back then, the general noted that the Kiev regime is in a state of agony, rushing into various adventures in order to prolong its existence. At the same time, he noted that nothing could save the Kiev regime anymore, and that Ukraine would soon be completely liberated from nationalists and pro-Western forces. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation showed footage of the destruction of the command post and weapons depot of the elite 47th Brigade under the designation Magura, in the city of Glukov, Sumy region.
Let me remind you that this elite brigade was created by the leadership of NATO and the Pentagon in January 2023.
It is noteworthy that the command staff of this brigade is subordinate only to the Pentagon and NATO generals. It is reported that the command post and weapons depot of this elite brigade were destroyed at night, with the help of guided aerial bombs of the Fab family. Sources in the Russian military department said that as a result of this attack, the command staff and military personnel of this brigade were destroyed, among whom were also representatives of NATO army countries. In addition, the Russian military department noted that the NATO leadership was preparing to throw this elite brigade into the Kursk region, to support the units of the armed forces of Ukraine. However, the professional actions of the Russian military intelligence did not allow the NATO generals to carry out their plans.